Sublime magnificence. Hey guys, you know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent Big Ugly himself, Omari Ellis Feo Grande on YouTube, back with another episode that this guy hasn't seen. And as usual, I am joined by my co-host and running mate, one of my best friends in the world, El Director himself, Chill Bill Smith.
What's going on, Omari? Thanks for having me back. As always, I'm loving it. Folks at home, do a movie club. Do it. Get with a friend, a parent, a loved one, family member. Trade a movie back and forth each week. Takes an hour and a half to 3 hours if the movie's worth it. To get through, and then you just chat about it. It's a reason to talk, reason to meet up. I love it.
I do as well. This was a great idea, and I've been enjoying every week of it. And yes, including this week, where the movie is something brought to me by you. I believe it is 2000's Best in Show.
Yes, Best in Show from 2000, rated PG-13, a behind-the-scenes look into the highly competitive and cutthroat world of dog shows through the eyes of a group of ruthless dog owners. It is not a documentary. It is a mockumentary. It is directed by Christopher Guest, written by Christopher Guest and Eugene Levy, and it stars Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Fred Willard, as well as a host of other comedy actors. Omari, I believe you have never watched a Christopher Guest film, or this is Spinal Tap, which is starring Christopher Guest and sort of a little bit of the template of what he would do forward in his career.
Yep, essentially.
Were you aware?
Best in Show, after watching it now, I may have seen like a trailer or something for it back in the day and thought, that might be funny. But if so, that was about the only thought I had given it. As far as This is Spinal Tap, I know Turn It Up to 11 or something like that is a reference to This is Spinal Tap. That's all I really know about that. So I doubt I've seen a lot of Christopher Guest movies knowing that they're Christopher Guest. As far as the mockumentary style that the movie goes on to have, I've definitely seen stuff like that over the years. And it also, probably because he went on to direct more shit, there was a lot of shit that had that whole mockumentary thing in the 2010s and stuff. It got more popular of a movie type.
As far as like in TV shows and stuff.
TV shows as well. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I've seen a lot of the influence, if not necessarily the movies themselves.
The original product. Right on. So in that, I guess I brought it to you because I love the Christopher Guest films. More than likely at one point we're going to we might end up watching another one, who knows. But yeah, I really I enjoy these films, and this one was probably my favorite of his, and so that's why I pulled it out. But also it's just always looking to try and add some comedy to this list, and that's hard because comedies don't often age greatly, and I was thinking that this is one that could have some timelessness to it a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to bring it onto the show. What were you expecting from it?
Dags.
I
was expecting dags.
And I believe I specifically kind of threw out there like very quickly undertone, like I was like, best in show of a fake documentary.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
said something like that.
You might have said a
wanted
mockumentary or something like that. But
I wanted you to be a little bit in the vein, like I wanted your mind to realize that like
that it would be a mockumentary. I'm pretty sure you mentioned
improv.
that.
I'm sorry. I referred to it as an improv movie.
Oh, okay.
That's what I wanted. I wanted that to be on your mind because that's not directly told to somebody.
Gotcha.
Through just watching the film naked, you know.
So a lot of it was improv.
The entire thing is improv. It says that it's written by Christopher Guest and Eugene Levy, but that writing is just like, so we're gonna have a dog show. I'm going to play the guy with the bloodhound. You and Catherine are going to play the guy with the Yorkie, the couple with the Yorkie. We'll have Parker and what was his name? Michael. We'll have them playing the one with the Great Dane or whatever. So yeah, it's that, and so like, much. They'll be the uptight, like New Yorkers, Manhattanites, and they'll be constantly at each other's throats.
That explains so much with some of these things.
Jane Lynch and Jennifer Coolidge, or it's just going to be like rich person and employee, but then they're also secretly lovers. Like that's the bullet points of this, and that's what they wrote. Everything dialogue is completely 100% improvised by the actors.
That explains so much with some of these scenes. Some of these scenes make so much more sense now.
That's why I slid that in there yesterday. I guess I did it too, just like an improv. It's an improv movie that it didn't really land.
Yeah, I got like mockumentary. Like I could tell pretty much early on, especially because I forget what actor is like one of the first actors that we see talking in the documentary style is one of the most. This motherfucker's always in a comedy type shit. So it's like, okay, clearly this is a documentary.
It's the guy whose like family runs the dog show, right?
I
like
think so.
The bald guy with the little glasses.
I think so.
He's talking very pleasantly and
maybe, but something early on. But something early on. The actor they had on there, it was just like, well, this is clearly a comedy. This guy's involved.
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy, definitely.
Okay,
but you know what I mean. So
I always forget
there was never a risk of me being like, this is a normal thing. Like,
right. Okay,
it had mockumentary vibes from the get-go.
It was very obvious these aren't real people.
Yeah.
But was it ever so the improv statement didn't land last week? Did you ever get the idea that it was that you were watching improv? Entirely
improv? No. A couple scenes, sure, but you always hear about different comedies where they're like, oh, by the way, did you know this scene in the movie they entirely improv'd it? Well, the rest of the movie has some written scenes, but they just had this guy go in there and he just made shit up on the fly. And that's what they did. So there were some scenes where I'm like, they probably had some fun with it. Or I assumed they took a lot of liberties with how they did certain lines. But scenes like the fucking buying the dog toy makes a lot more sense knowing that that's entirely improv. So stuff like that the second you say it, I'm like,
so more than likely that was all right. So she's about ready to come in and try and buy a dog toy, and she wants a very specific bee dog toy. You don't have that dog toy, and you're just trying to help her find a replacement.
Because
action.
Because it's just like, probably, you want the dog? We got this. But then at the end, he's like yelling at her. That's just the least like a bee. That's the least bee-like of any of them. Shut up. Yeah.
The way he's underselling so much really makes that scene. He's like, that's the least like any of the ones that show. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Let's get into it. So, initial reactions as you're going into it.
I thought it was gonna be narration, but it was like therapy. It ended up being like the therapy from the therapy couple, Parker Posey and the other guy.
Yeah.
They're talking. They make it seem like they're talking about like their kid or somebody that caught them, in acts. And doing things from the Kama Sutra, the Congress of Cow, as she said. And it turns out they're talking about their fucking dog, Beatrice. They're like, she's just been sad ever since. And then, and it cuts from that immediately over to them talking about, like, Eugene Levy, his 2 left feet thing. You're like, I've literally got 2 left feet. Just hands down. And I'm like... Okay, whatever.
Every time I watch this, I forget about his false teeth. Just like it's a weird note to his character. It just makes him so much goofier looking.
Yeah, I love a lot of the intros and stuff, like the Southern dude with Hubert and him just talking forever about stuff, the fishing and the dog. I'm like, I like this dude. This dude's hilarious.
That's Christopher Guest.
Okay.
The director of this film.
Gotcha. So that was him. He was funny. Cuts to the other couple that it cuts to what's their names? I think it cuts to the gay couple. And we see them. They seem to be. Oh no! It cuts to the lady and Jane Lynch.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to think of the old guy. Yeah, I can't think of the old guy. But yeah, Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge and Jane Lynch's characters, where I didn't know if they were a thing, but it was clear Jane Lynch's character had a thing for Jennifer Coolidge's character to be. And I'm just like, so none of these couples are happy couples, because they all, like, you either got the ones that are like yelling about that are literally in couples therapy. You got the couple where Gene Levy's wife, or Eugene Levy, his wife used to get around. Let's just say, and that's just a thing that keeps going on. Just a running joke throughout the entire movie. Cookie. Yeah, Cookie's gotten around, so you get a lot of awkward moments between the two of them. Then I'm like, okay, these two may not be a couple, but if that's unrequited love at that point. And then you see a couple that is cool with each other, even though their first scene they're kind of arguing too, just because it was the gay couple, because one's like as bright as can be, just John Michael Higgins is
ridiculous in the opening, and it's always a roller coaster, because at first, like, when he is just like literally every line is a sexual innuendo in his first like 2 scenes, and it's like, I don't know if this is like maybe half of these sexual innuendos, maybe, and it would land harder. But then, like, everything from Kimono forward, like everything from the scenes of like, hun, you've already packed 6 kimonos and we're going to be in Philadelphia for 48 hours. And he's like, so I need 2 more. From that moment forward, I really enjoy his character. But here at the beginning,
I'll agree.
It's a little like, all right, dude. Okay, you've been at the butcher for 15 seconds and made like 4 penis jokes. Like, let's do 2 penis jokes.
And I agree. The thing that made it more bearable was that his partner was in the scene actively like calm the
Michael
fuck down.
McKean's always the like eye roll, like
Yeah.
this again.
Yeah, it's like, dude, calm the fuck down. Jeez. But like I said, they seem to be the main couple that was happy the whole fucking movies. Like, especially from that scene onward, they were always cool. There's not much bickering between the two of them.
Yeah, they seem very lovely and in love. Everyone else really needs therapy.
Yeah. And yeah, so the movie, it's funny. They got the, everyone getting together, going up there. Fucking Eugene Levy stops at a house because Cookie wanted to visit an ex of hers on the way to the dog show. And that was when we got that awkward scene and the real introduction of the, hey, Cookie gets around thing. And I'm like,
right,
like, holy shit. He's just like, you want to talk about so-and-so, so-and-so?
So weird. It's so weird. Like, if the day hadn't have ended badly, was the initial plan for them to swing?
I feel like
because he's so
forward with it.
Yeah,
he's so forward with it. I don't know if that was the plan. I feel like it was only the plan between him and Cookie. They were the only two who knew the plan, and maybe his wife, because she was just kind of she didn't seem as she didn't seem as jealous about the whole thing, rightfully, as Eugene Levy was. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'd also be like, what the fuck, man? But he cracked me up with this whole, I got a secret for you. They all jump. So. And then we get an example of him trying to talk somebody from jumping.
Listen here, you little shit.
Like, no wonder everybody jumps. You practically Daryl.
Yeah, I don't remember what, but yeah, you're a piece of garbage and your mother doesn't love you. Like, what?
Go ahead, do it. No one thinks you're gonna jump anyway. You're a piece of shit. You're a coward. You ain't nothing. I'm like, okay, yeah, the way that he does this is funny to me. And then, they had a whole bunch of stuff go through the movie. I thought it was funny seeing the Nature's Miracle product placement. And he's like, this is really good for getting stains out of so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. I'm like, I remember having a bottle of that. Or when they were signing up, or when they doing the talk show, and, you had Jane Lynch and Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge.
You had them on the show, and they had the dog Butch, which, to just hammer home that whole ordeal. And Butch is a bitch. And then they were like, is it Butch a bitch? I was like,
oh, sorry.
That cracked me up. But yeah, they had the dog.
Man, yeah, Jennifer Coolidge is outrageous in this movie. She's so fucking funny. I'm gonna do, I don't know if we've done this I definitely think we haven't done this every week. I don't know. I did it for Hostel inadvertently because I was just being a hostile guest on that episode. But I'm gonna do our quote early. And it's Leslie and I have an amazing relationship, and it's very physical. He still pushes all my buttons. People say, oh, but he's so much older than you. And you know what? I'm the one having to push him away. We have so much in common. We both love soup and snow peas. We love the outdoors and talking and not talking. We could not talk or talk forever and still find things to not talk about. Like, the fact that she improv that line,
makes it
you
even
would be
better.
excited about that line if you poured your heart and soul into that and wrote it over the course of weeks, slowly crafting it. Of like, yeah, oh, we could not talk and talk forever and still not find and still find things to not talk about. So fucking stupid.
Talk and not talk forever and still find things to not talk about. Yeah, no, that was great. But you know, them getting to the fucking hotel and everybody just losing their minds about shit. Fucking Cookie and Jerry don't have enough money to get a room, so they gotta sleep in the fucking utility closet. Like, damn. But it is what it is. At least they let them compete. And then I recognized Fred Willard's voice instantly when the competition started. Just like, hey, everybody! Like, oh, that's Fred Willard. And sure enough, there he is. like, yeah, you know, this is a comedy. Like, again, very obvious sign that it was a comedy. If none of the previous shit would have given it away, Fred Willard showing up on the screen. And I love that he was there. Of course, he was the color commentary between the two, so he's just like saying some of the most ridiculous shit left there about, like, he just trying to talk. And with the improv, yeah, like, I figured like his shit would be improv just because of like what it is. Like, that's one of those things where I'm like, even if they did write stuff, they probably just had him come in and say some silly shit, just like shit.
He went for her like she's made out of ham. And to think that in some countries these dogs are
yeah, like these people eat these.
Oh man, somebody has put a bunch of them. It's so. Now tell me, which one of these dogs would you want to have as your wide receiver on your football team?
What's the quarterback? I could see some kind of layman going on the show asking that question for the people at home, like, just so people know what kind of dogs we're talking about. What would you say is a wide receiver kind of dog? What's a quarterback? Oh, the sports dog. So these are the jocks, right? You know.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. So yeah, we're just mentioning standouts. The scene with Christopher Guest, the Bloodhound dude, when he's driving to the show and he's just talking about how he used to just name nuts and how it drove his mama crazy.
Pine Nut. That's just the name of the city, even though it is a nut. You got yeah, that kind of shit.
Macadamia nut. Yeah. That was the one that sent mama up the wall. I'd say macadamia nut. She said, "Boy, stop naming nuts." What?
Again, it being improv makes it all the better. It's just
right.
Like, I'm gonna do a monologue about nuts, and my mom not liking them. And that's what he ended up coming up with. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we get to the show and things are going round by round. Okay, and when Hubert won his group, I didn't realize that was the group. I was just like, wait, he just fucking win the comp? Are they not gonna go against each other? They're just doing their own individual groups? Because I forgot how dog shows worked. I didn't realize there was best in group and then best in show, but after the second group, like, I'm like, okay, no, best in show's gotta be, of the winners, who's the best dog.
There you go.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, so Hubert won his group, awesome. And I was like, good for the Shih Tzu as well. And Fred Willard cracking me up, just making his Shih Tzu jokes the whole time. Just Shih Tzu. She's a Shih Tzu. I took a Shih Tzu the other day.
Is that the one where he's like, yes, I remember when you told me that last year?
Yeah, something like yes, so funny, yes. Fucking, what's his name? Scott, or fucking John Michael Higgins or whatever. His fucking walk when he had the Shih Tzu with the fucking arm out, just. Like, that's a character choice and it's hilarious.
I mean,
He walks out there, he owns it. That he's
I think Michael McKean says it in one of their early interviews. I wonder if he said it first and then John Michael had to deliver. But I think Michael McKean at one point in the interview talks about how like that was one of the things that he fell in love with, is that it felt like he was gliding on the stage when he was walking with the dog at a show. And so yeah, I'm curious if Michael already had that walk, or if Michael McKean said that, then Michael McKean was like, all right, well now I got to do a special walk, I guess.
Yeah, but that was funny. They won their round, clearly.
And he's got to like change outfits every 20 minutes. And they're like more and more
extravagant,
gilded.
It's like fair enough. Turns out Jane Lynch is I didn't realize just how legendary of a breeder she was, that she had won Best in Show twice before and was bringing this. I hadn't picked up that in the earlier comments, but they mentioned it here, and so I'm like, okay, so well, she's definitely making it to the next round. And then sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Fucking, she made it. And then I'm like, but what about the angry couple? They don't deserve to fucking make it to the next round. Because Jerry and Cookie make it too. They like, oh yeah, we did it.
Right.
So
yeah,
I'm
everybody's making the finals.
Yeah, I'm like, they don't deserve to make it. So how the fuck do they get their dog to do it? Oh, they can't even get the bee thing. Okay, what the fuck? And then that scene, and then it comes back. I'm like, and then sure enough, dog goes out there.
Yeah, and attacks the judge. Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
He came at her like she was made out of ham.
Like, no, it's not our dog.
Yeah, so they're fucking booted.
Yeah, I'm like, good. Y'all didn't deserve to make it to the final round. I didn't call bullshit on any of the other, main characters all being in the finals. That made sense to me. Y'all damn near had the dog attack somebody in an airport. Put a muzzle on that thing. Yeah, to get to the final round, the fucking Cookie walking, falls over, twists her knee, and then
do we think she falls over, or do we think she was tripped?
So I was like,
Jane
so
Lynch
was she sabotaged?
Close.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm guessing she's sabotaged, but they don't really go that far into whether or not it was the case. Right. But that's all. Like, I'm guessing Cookie was sabotaged, but yeah, and if she was, suddenly it's definitely Jane Lynch.
Michael Higgins were immediately like, "Oh yeah, you need to sit and rest. Let's get some ice for that." Yeah, he can definitely walk. Gonna be no issue whatsoever. We're all good here. Like, you assholes.
What? I can't do this. Hey, she looks familiar. That was another one of fucking Fred Willer's things. She looks familiar. Fucking, and yeah, they get the final round. Everybody's coming out. Jerry's going out there. They mentioned like the 2 left feet thing, and he just got just terrified out his mind, trying to take the dog out. But go ahead, they announce who's best in show, and as everyone expected, it's Jerry and the dog. I forget the dog's name. Like Winkle, not Winky. Winky?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Winky, yeah. It was Jerry and Winky. So they win. I did not expect them to win at all. I'm like, fair enough. I thought it would be either Scott or Jane Lynch. I won't say I didn't expect him to win at all, but once he's like walking around, I'm like, they might make him win. But I feel like the other people also that are super competing.
A win for him would just be showing well.
Yeah.
Like that's enough of a like that could have been enough of a character win, and then somebody else actually wins best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
So, but it's like I could have seen it either way once I saw him walking around, but I was like, it could have been anybody else. But I'm still fine with them winning. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then they have the little after effects where fucking Jane Lynch and what's her name, after winning their round, announced their love to the world by making out in the fucking corner and getting it caught on camera. And then they had their own little magazine, American Bitch. Hilarious. Oh, like, okay, that's just hilarious to me. But what else? Oh, some of the other like after credit scene, they're making this song, the album based off the fucking Terrier songs they did. It's just...
Oh God. Oh yeah, that's hilarious and terrible all at the same time.
Yeah, they're making those, and then is that Cookie Gilligan? So and so. I've got a song for you. I'm not wearing underwear. That's like, and then you left me just banging his head on the microphone.
Yep.
The
angry couple have, of course, the dog was the problem, not them. The dog was the problem, so they got rid of that dog. Get that fucking dog out of here. Got their asses a pug.
And everything's hunky dory now.
Loves to watch them have sex.
Yeah, everything's hunky dory now. And Scott and his boyfriend, they are they're photographers.
Yeah, they're dressing up their dogs in like elaborate costume and building like miniature sets for them and just doing like calendars.
Yeah, there were references to movies and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then wacky sounding credit song. But yeah. Oh, anything else I thought was for movie? Some funny shit in the movie. I'm trying to see. I don't know. Anything else that we missed? Or funny moments?
I've taken a sponge bath in smaller bowls than that. In reference to the trophy that they gave out.
That's right. Fucking Fred Willard's lines were fucking hilarious.
I went to one of those obedience places once. It was all going well until they spilled hot candle wax on my private parts.
I remember. He just kept saying all kinds of weird shit. But it makes sense, again, like I said, if anybody's lines were improv and you told me to guess the one character that did it, I definitely would have guessed Fred Willard. But I just figured that's just because it's a comedy movie. Like, we don't need to write a lot for Fred. He can make up some shit and it'll be awesome. He's Fred Willard. You know what I mean? And they just let him go. Because numerous movies have it where that's the case. Like, just say shit. So yeah, that is Best in Show.
Best in Show. What did you think overall, man?
I thought it was a very funny movie.
Are you interested in seeing some more of this genre?
Oh, sure, certainly. Like, I like that archetype. When done right, that always works. That archetype works. Whether it's a TV show like your Offices or Parks and Recs, or your Modern Families, shit like that. But like, it's a cool format. Now, granted, I've watched some episodes of those shows. It's not like I watch those shows every week, and it's not like I'm oh man, just you know what I feel like watching Best in Show right now. I don't know how often that's gonna pop into my head, but I did enjoy the experience. It was funny. The people I expected to be funny were funny, and it was acted well enough for what it was. Especially now that I know it was improv, that just ups the ability, the whole like acting and shit.
Right. Yeah.
That just ups the performances even more. So yeah.
Right on, right. Yeah, I mean, I love this film. Like you said, it's if you, it's one of those if you know things, and like if you know that it's an improv film, like 100% of the dialogue, obviously, other than like the songs that they would sing, you'd have to write those. But all the dialogue being improv just makes it that much harder and crazy that they were able to pull such a funny movie out of that, and just speaks to the improv talent of their little acting troupe that they have. That is this is basically the core of any other film that I might potentially pull out and show you in the future. It's this kind of acting troupe. um and I love it, and I love all of his films, and this one in particular. I don't know if I had to pick a favorite character, it's probably Christopher Guest's character, the Bloodhound guy.
Same.
Him and his origin, or
Same. He was just hilarious. That's who I wanted to win. Was him.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go. So when he won the first round, I'm like, yeah, Gilbert won. Oh wait, that's just the round. I hope he wins the whole thing. That guy's hilarious. So I agree.
Right on. Awesome. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Indeed. So that was Best in Show. So next week, I suppose it's my turn to suggest something.
Awesome.
That's right. And I'm going to suggest a movie from the early 2000s, Paid in Full.
Paid in Full.
Yes, I'm taking a dip back into the old well here. But
that well.
Yes, it's been a minute. So might as well, right? Ha! Right. The might as well.
Well, yeah, it's only appropriate considering I may have just made you watch the whitest movie ever made.
So I respond with a black movie.
It's probably good to dive back in that well and get our palate cleansed a little bit.
I didn't even think of it that way.
For real though,
that's
yeah,
funny.
I had mentioned it, but like, yeah, this has got to be the whitest fucking movie you've ever seen, right?
When you say that, I can definitely agree. It is a pretty white movie.
It's so white, and it's not just the actors. Like all the actors are white, but yeah, they're all mega white. They're mega white. They're really white people.
Yep, that is the case. That is the case. Well, yes, and if you want to see other movies with white and or black and or many races actually,
on this channel. We're very diverse on this channel.
We are. Check it out. I'm agreeing. Yeah, we're agreeing. Yeah. Check it out on the channel. We got all kinds of films. You can also find me elsewhere on YouTube on the Whatever We Want podcast. We do episodes every week, every Wednesday. I do it with a good friend of mine, a good friend of the show, Super Jazz.
Super Jazz.
Thank you very much, as nature intended. Yeah, we talk about just that. Whatever we want. You know, we don't lead the conversation. The conversation leads us. You know how it goes. I also have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is GIOTAVI. Come on in, stop on by. I've been playing a lot of games lately, mainly Street Fighter. It's fun.
I want to play Spider-Man, but I don't have a PlayStation. I'm not going to pay $590 to play Spider-Man. God damn it. I want to play Spider-Man so bad.
I was playing it a few weeks ago. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm aware. I know. I see the things. I would pay $60 just to swing around just for the swinging around the building. Just like the only thing you have to do is swing around the map with Spider-Man powers. I would pay $60.
It's the most.
But I'm not going to pay $600 for the PS5 and Spider-Man.
It's the most useless fast travel thing. Like, why even put fast travel in the game? Who's gonna use it? By the time you're max level, there's no point. Just fucking go there. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. See you later. Cosine out. Adios, miss. Deuces.
Cosine.
Because I said tangent.